Shan Riggs is logging thousands of miles, running from the Florida Keys, heading all the way up the East Coast Greenway to the Canadian border in Maine.
Riggs began his journey on April 16th in Key West, Florida, with the goal of running 40 miles a day.
The ultramarathon runner from Connecticut is on a mission to be the first known runner to make it across the entire East Coast Greenway.
I don't want to drive 3,000 miles, let alone run.
That's true.
I often get asked, why are we doing this and kind of what's the point? And one, obviously we wanted to support the Greenway and the Alliance and their mission, but what prompted it is we just wanted to see if it's something we could do. We're physically capable of doing something like this. You know, how can you do something like this? And, you know, how do you get up day after day, 40 miles a day, every day for almost 3 months? And I always tell everybody, it just takes practice and the body can get used to anything. And that's true. I'm not just making that up. After a while, your body will pretty much get used to anything.
Well, we got into, I guess, sort of a routine, figuring out a few days ahead of time how many miles we might go each day, sort of based on where we would stay. Sometimes we had people reach out to us and offer their guest room. Other times we'd look for motels. But that certainly was one of the most challenging parts of the trip, was the planning.
There's the overarching, it's just hard every day, and it's that encompassing, trying not to think of all of it all at once, or it just gets overwhelming. We'd wake up 4:30 in the morning, try to get on the road 5:30. Every day was somewhere between 30 and 50 miles, on an average around 40. Josh would follow behind not too far, and usually around 15 to 20 miles we'd eat breakfast. So that was typically around 9 a.m. or so. A lot of diner food, a lot of huge double meal diner food. And then from there, it would kind of depend, another 15-ish miles, maybe grab a sandwich somewhere. And during the week, Josh is usually somewhere trying to find a place to work and take meetings and things like that. And I would try to finish the day. If it was a weekend, then Josh was riding her bike nearby, and we'd kind of do it that way and finish 3 o'clock, and then try to rest, find a huge meal. It'll be nice to get back home and have a salad instead of the whatever we could grab on the road kind of food for forever.
So all of the people who we met who were really passionate about the trails, it just kind of showed that everybody uses these trails, and it's really important to kind of maintain them and to connect as many of them as we can, which is exactly what the East Coast Greenway is all about. Being on it and seeing firsthand was just really kind of a highlight, I guess, of the trip.
My favorite just part of the whole thing was all the people that came out and supported us, ran with us, biked with us, donated to the Alliance, gave us a place to stay, and it was just one after another. Like every single day there were strangers and people we just met. I mean, Josh and I were trying to reminisce on all the people we've met, and it's going to be impossible to try to thank everybody. Get there.
Most of the lows were related to the conditions that I had to deal with the bike and the trailer. So sandy roads, there were a couple of trails that were a bit challenging. There were a few rainy days that were kind of a challenge too, but there weren't too many tough times, so it was pretty easy to just kind of keep pushing through because all the rest of it was actually really fun.
And then there was one specific difficult moment that it was just 2-3 days ago. The Down East Sunrise Trail in Maine, the first 10 miles of that, I hadn't put bug spray on, and that was a huge mistake. And I was just getting completely tormented by flies and mosquitoes, and unfortunately I also had to go to the bathroom in the woods, and so I'm swatting and I'm trying to go really quick, and then I'm throwing my pants down and I grab a tree, and as I'm going I lean back and the tree breaks off and falls on top of me, and I'm getting bare-assed eaten by mosquitoes, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I clean myself up? It was just so, and I called Josh in a crying fit. I'm like, oh my God, I'm just, She thought a tree had fallen on me, like, and injured me. She brought bug spray and that helped a lot. Something that lasts 78 days it's hard to wrap your head around. If my 23-year-old self could have seen what my 43-year-old self was doing, it would just be mind-blowing. I have a question for you. Will you marry me? Oh, no!
Oh my God!
I don't know if I can get up.
Yeah! Congratulations! Woo! Did you expect Shan to pop the big question?
No, I did not. I especially didn't expect him to go down on a knee, knowing that he'd have to get back up again.
Get out of here!
So it's exceptional to be able to be fortunate to have a body that could do it, and be able to have the time and have a partner like Josh who wants to do these crazy things. and so it's kind of whoa.